Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 428 Shibuya Scramble. I am here with Yoshi.
What's up, folks?
I forgot to look up what part this is. I think it's
Maybe 20?
23? 22 or 23?
Wow.
I think it's 23.
um, okay, that sounds reasonable.
Been doing this for a while. When did we start? It hasn't been a year yet, right?
No,
Or
but it's
almost.
been. We started. Geez, I don't know, but we certainly don't do it every week. So if we've done 23 episodes, it has to have been like 9 months.
Yeah.
If this video series were a baby, it would be ready to come out into the world.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened last time? It's been a couple weeks.
Uh, Not really. I remember Yanagishita was being pathetic, and Minorikawa was being tenacious, and Osawa was being gruff and curt. Although not as gruff and curt as usual, because he really opened up to the monkey
Oh yeah,
guy.
they listen to like classical music.
Yeah, and he was like, you know what? What's that guy's name? Keisuke or something? Kohei?
The detective, uh,
Yeah. Ka-
Kajiwara, I think.
Ka- Kajiwara. Yeah, he was like, you know what, Kajiwara, I'm kind of a piece of poop, you know? I don't like other people very much. I wish I could change, but I know that I can't. And he was like, oh, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? Yeah, people suck, but
Here, have a banana.
no
Just
thanks.
eat this, and you'll feel better. And he's like, you won't catch me eating a banana. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
was the episode. It's good. It's a good one.
Looking at the thumbnail from the last episode, we did not do Osawa last time. It was Achi, Maria, and Minorikawa. I think we finished
Oh,
Achi's chapter.
they had to. Hitomi was like, the author had a cameo. He self-inserted,
That's right.
and Hitomi was like, "I was GF," and he was like, "Oh, hey, you're pretty cute.
Oh,
I guess you
was?
can go in." Yeah, the
And then
sleepy janitor or whatever.
they looked at the camera, um, and they followed Yanagishita around a little bit. And then they found the van, and they ran to the van, and it blew up.
Oh yeah. All right, nailed it.
Let's see who's open. Achi is open. Um, Achi's open. I guess something we did change. Something. Kano is
All
open.
right.
Minorikawa is at a keep out. Osawa is at a keep out, and Maria is open. Oh yeah, I think the last thing we did was because Maria talked to Miku and was like, "I'm bored of this person speaking." Gave her
Oh
some
yeah,
like
she
empty
hates Miku.
platitudes, and she was happy. But
Yeah,
we had to
Miku was
change it
like,
to not
yeah.
meet her, so she could go to the store where
Pardon me.
Minorikawa was and be all depressed. So what do you want to do? We got Achi, Maria, and Kana.
Pardon me. Sorry, I'm making all kinds of noises on this recording. Let's arch it up. Let's go with the arch dog.
All right.
I love this guy. He's my second favorite guy after the monkey.
Oh really? I thought your favorite guy was
Oh no,
I don't
Yanagishita and the monkey guy
uh
and the anime detective, or what do they call the cosplay detective, and
yeah,
Achi.
yeah. But I was thinking of um just this is just what I think that you've been thinking. But it's Kano's girlfriend's dad is your favorite character.
No, that guy's a jerk. I've literally never talked about him. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying.
All right. Oh, there.
I like never even remember that guy exists.
Okay. The weirdo rushed into a knickknack shop on Center Guy. I'm guessing they're following Yanagishita here. Soon after, the man with the coat appeared and followed him into the shop.
Huh. Looks like he snatched that guy's computer.
Moments later, the weirdo came rushing back out of the shop and sprinted away again. He wove through the narrow alleyways with cat-like alacrity. Achi did his best to keep tabs on him, but the man managed to give him the slip. Wow, Hitomi said. She too had been watching closely. I'm kind of impressed.
Mind if I keep at it?
Achi asked. Sure. He continued scanning camera images, trying to locate the guy again. At this point, even Hitomi was invested in the quest to find the fugitive. But minutes passed and they didn't spot him. Achi was on the verge of giving up. Oh, that's me. Hitomi took out her cell phone. Alright, this happened in the other thing. It's an email from Mr. Tana.
Found him.
Achi's shout cut Hitomi off. The guy was in a back alley off of Center Guy. Ukin... this is like the most we've seen of this shirt, and I still don't understand. Mukin? Mokin.
It says
Jokin?
T-head, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does say T-head. UT head. He was talking with someone.
Huh? Oh, wait, that's you.
Who
Wait,
said
is
that?
this you or me?
I think it's Achi.
Oh. Huh? Is that?
Achi blinked a few times as he leaned in closer to the screen.
Hitomi? You have to come look at this.
Ah, that's my sister. Hitomi brimmed with excitement.
For real?
I think so.
What's she doing in a place like that? And why's she talking to that guy?
I'm not sure. The monitor showed a cheerful little scene.
Looks like they're having fun. Oh, is this like a new ship? I guess since they're twins, they're both into older guys.
Achi felt his mood start to sour. I don't know, do you ship him? I don't. I think, because I guess we've been in her perspective, so we know that she thinks he's just some dumb guy.
A goober.
A goober.
But she kind of grew to appreciate him, like when he gave him like the 10,000 yen or whatever that was in his shoe.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
If someone gives you money from their shoe, you kind of have to sleep with them, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I have to ask, are you sure she was kidnapped?
Yes, at least I sure thought so. And so did the police.
Then what's this all about?
Should we go and see for ourselves?
Guess so. Oh, what about that email?
Achi pointed at Hitomi's cell phone.
Shouldn't you take a look at that?
My sister comes first. That place where she is it far from here?
No, not particularly.
Achi and Hitomi.
I can hear I can hear myself echoing a little bit on. Is that an issue?
I think it's okay. Like, it only matters
Okay.
if I can hear it.
And you can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Okay.
Does it bother you too much? I don't know how to fix it though.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
The echo's good.
It's fine.
Good. Achi and Hitomi
Um,
rushed from the building, heading for the alley where Maria was talking to the computer thief. And we got a jump that we can't do.
no. Psych. They tricked us.
It wasn't long before they were closing in on their destination. But as they headed down a narrow side street, a familiar figure suddenly appeared to bar their way.
Oh, no.
Who is it? Who do you think it is?
If I had, okay, so if I had to guess, I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but for my money, if I had to guess, for my money, I would say it's probably Kano's girlfriend's dad.
Oh no, I don't think that's
Nailed
it.
it.
Oh,
It's not?
it's him.
It's him. I told you.
You're right.
uh, uh-oh. It's him.
Gun in hand, the man with the cane slowly ambled towards them. Achi and Hitomi bolted down a nearby alley. Taking another turn, they reached the alley they'd seen on the cameras. Maria! Hitomi rushed over to her sister. But Maria just stood staring at Hitomi in silence, as if she couldn't process what was going on. Meanwhile, the assassin was still in pursuit. He had turned the corner behind them and was steadily drawing nearer. He pointed his gun at Hitomi's head.
Come on, hurry.
Achi urged. He tried to lead the two girls away, hoping to escape further down the alley. But instead, Maria charged boldly at the man with the cane. The assassin was caught off guard by the unexpected counterattack, but he reacted quickly, clubbing the girl in the head with the grip of his pistol.
That's not good. Is that blood?
I don't know. Could be.
That's a lot
That's
of
quite a
blood.
bit of blood.
Yeah. Maybe it's just that time of the month, you know?
I guess so. Maria! Hitomi shrieked. She stared in horror as her sister collapsed in a heap on the ground. That wasn't my Hitomi voice, was it? Then Hitomi's eyes rolled back in her head and she fainted into Achi's arms.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I get the impression that you do a lot of these characters in just your own voice.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to strain my voice so much as I'm...
Yeah, it's probably for the best. I mean, you hear me. I'm like wheezing by the end of these Osawa
Yeah, the
episodes.
Osawa and who else is pretty
The
rough?
Sasume, the whatever his name is, the cosplay detective.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. Sasayama. I remembered his name.
Oh yeah. Hitomi. Hey.
But the shock had overwhelmed her. She was out cold. Slowly, the assassin lifted his gun again, aiming for Achi and Hitomi. If he'd only had Hitomi to protect, Achi might have been able to pick her up and get away. But he couldn't just leave her sister here. He knew, with the chilling certainty of despair, that he could never save them both. Well, that's a bad end. Finding Maria had seemed like such a stroke of luck, but it led to Achi and Hitomi running right across the killer's path. This never would have happened if Achi hadn't gotten us distracted with tracking that weirdo on the cameras. If he'd have focused on looking for the minivan instead. I don't know what accent that was. Italian?
That was like Italian, like maybe North Italian, I think.
I usually do like a southern accent for these hint things.
Yeah. So the hints get voices, but not the characters, huh?
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we gotta not follow the weirdo. We can go back
Okay.
and change that, or we can go to another character. What do you feel?
Let's go back and change that.
Okay. I think this is it. Alright. Next character that I get, I'm gonna try to give a pretty good voice. Achi,
I'm
please.
just, I'm just like, uh, I'm just bagging on you, you know, for the comedy value.
That's okay. But I will. I'll do my best. There's probably some new character that's gonna show up, and I'll be like, I have the voice, perfect voice. Achi, please stop messing around. Let's look for the minivan. All right, we'll do this one.
Oh, right, my bad.
Achi switched over to a different camera. He continued switching views, scanning the streets of Shibuya, but there was no sign of a blue minivan anywhere.
Oh, pardon
Still,
me.
they remained glued to the monitor. Oh, that's me. Hitomi took out her cell phone. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka.
Oh, okay.
Can I skip this? I feel like we've done this part before.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, wow, I can actually go down pretty far. Oh yeah, we got to the end with her, with Achi. So we can just like, I think we can skip all this, right? Just wanted to get away. I've got to get away.
Highway. Song sucks.
I only know that part. To be
Lenny
continued.
Kravitz just sucks. Sorry if there's any Lenny Kravitz fans watching this video. You have bad taste in music because he sucks.
Alright, so we got Achi to the end yet again.
Okay, that
This episode's
was
only 30 minutes
productive.
long. In game time, not real time. So who do you want to go to
All right,
next?
so who do we have?
Maria has things to do, and Kano. Maria or Kano?
Let's go with Madia. I'm not ready to eat my vegetables and do Kano just yet.
Let's see, how much can I skip? Oh, not that much. The assassin had gone quiet. Sitting on a pile of crates, he seems lost in thought. Still, I don't dare try to get away. All I can do is stand and wait and mull over my own situation. Don't dare try to get away. Just who am I? I ask myself again and again. I am.
The walrus.
I am.
Oh, is this? I thought this was her remembering that she's Tama. This is if I had to guess, for my money, I would say 100% it's Yanagishita.
Oh, okay. Not the name I was expecting.
No, I got you. Tama, Tama.
I am. Ooh, we can be Tama, Hitomi, Tama Hitomi, or none of the above.
This feels like one of those choices that does not matter. Let's go with none of the above.
None of the above. None of those fit me at all. I turn at the sound of an exuberant voice and see Mr. Yanagishita running my way, flailing his arm in a friendly greeting. I swear, this guy could wind up banished to the pits of hell and he'd still give it his all, day in and day out.
He's starting to like him. Oh, thank goodness. It is you, Tama. I knew it.
The man with the cane grumbles something incoherent, then holsters his gun and flees the scene.
Huh? Now you was some middle-aged guy? You look so sweet and innocent, but I guess you kind of get around, huh?
Boss, nice timing. I do a little fist pump. Whatever he's doing here, I'm glad he drove off that guy with a gun.
Hmm? What are you so happy about?
Oh, she was just smiling because, you know, the gunman, the creepy gunman, is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the ship is gonna sail still, you know.
Oh,
The anchor's still down.
I see.
Yanagisha gives me
Give
a
it
puzzled
time.
look. But he's promptly distracted by his own excitement.
Well, anyway, never mind that, Tama.
He shifts down to a conspiratorial whisper.
You know, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I was in such a tizzy over some silly scratch card from a magazine.
I can tell he has news he's itching to tell me. Did something happen?
Well, tee.
He brings a hand to his mouth and giggles unsettlingly.
I had a great little idea. A great way to strike it rich.
I feel like I've heard this from you before. Mr. Yanagisha shakes his head fervently.
This time it's different. We're talking way more digits than before. Now try not to be too surprised, yeah?
Spittle flies from his mouth as he rattles on.
Gross. Or, it's okay to be surprised, actually. In fact, I'm guessing you're definitely gonna be amazed this time, Tama.
I can practically see the banknotes dancing in his eyes. Cut to the chase already. What is it you want to tell me?
This time, get this, I got a line on 10 million yen. 100 grand for the folks at home.
I think, was it last time when he revealed that this song that's playing is Miku's theme when she enters the ring?
Oh, is it?
I think so. 'Cause this is
Okay.
the sound of his ringtone, right?
I didn't remember that. This music plays a lot though, when he's around.
Yeah, I feel like this is his ringtone also.
Okay. I
Because he
believe
mentioned
it.
that his ringtone was the thing.
Yeah, I do remember that. Thomas, Miku's walk-on music.
He thrusts his index finger skyward, grinning ear to ear.
Surprised now? Yeah, you are. And it doesn't require any capital. It's no risk, high return.
In a world of equity investment, a wise investor weighs risk against the potential for return. Many heavily risky projects, however, yield little in the way of actual returns. And they're called high risk, low return. The inverse, low risk, high return, is quite rare. The idea of no risk, high return is simply absurd. There's a crazy gleam in his eye.
Oh man, I'm finally gonna get to be part of the Billionaires Club.
That is so ridiculous, I don't even have a snappy retort for it. Never mind that 10 million obviously wouldn't make him a billionaire.
By the way, you haven't seen Chidi, have you? We're gonna need her help to wrap up this 10 million yen.
Chidi? No, I haven't run into her since the sales demo.
Oh, darn. Well, if you do happen to see her, tell her to get in touch with me.
Sure. Alright. I still don't know what he's going on about, but there's probably no harm in being helpful.
Thank you, Tama. Guess I may as well give you a little hint.
A hint?
Yeah, a hint. They're gonna do that eating contest, right? Want to hear it? But wasn't that already
I think that was
Yes.
a different path.
That was a bad ending for some reason.
Yeah, it was a bad ending. I think because she never
Yeah.
remembered who she was. Oh, do we want to hear it?
Um, yeah, we want to hear it.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Well, then, I guess I've got no choice. When you put it that way, I just have to tell you.
Mr. Yanagisha clears his throat and proceeds to declaim in an affected tone.
When the mighty stomach triumphs over the endless cavalcade of icebergs, the hero shall be blessed with fame and fortune.
Huh? What the heck is that supposed to mean? He looks inordinately amused at my confusion.
It's part of a legend. You only need to remember that one verse for now. You're going to bear witness to history. So that is what it is, though.
I feel like this guy is right out of some kind of story himself.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out with the chitty thing. Adios. Ooh, let's learn what adios means.
Adios is Spanish for goodbye. The true
No
meaning
way.
is closer to the English farewell. In day-to-day interactions, most Spanish speakers use the word ciao. Adios can carry the connotation that you do not expect to see the addressee again.
You won't catch me saying ciao.
But you would be saying adios? Or are you more of an
Yeah.
hasta la vista kind of guy?
Both. I would say both, liberally.
And then, like a whirlwind, Mr. Yanagisha zooms away, leaving me alone in the alley. Whew! Suddenly I feel totally exhausted. I let out a sigh and drop my eyes, and that's when I notice a notebook on the ground at my feet.
They can show her feet? Nope.
Did the
It's not
assassin
that kind of book.
drop this? I pick it up and look inside.
What if it was just like people to kill today? So you had everyone's name and stuff.
Would it say that, or would it just say hit list?
I don't know. I was just imagining it being as like unprofessional and blatantly incriminating as possible.
People to kill today. There's a photograph tucked inside the back cover. It shows 3 young people, 2 boys and a girl. Well, what do I do now? Do I go to the police? How would I even explain the situation? I can see it now. There's this killer out there, and he's after this person named Otomi Osawa. And then the police would be like, who's that? And who exactly is after her? And then what would I say?
Wait, haven't we just read this before?
Maybe a little bit. Heck, they might not even give me the time of day in the first place. Not only do I not have any idea who Otomi Osawa is, I know nothing about the guy who's after her except that he walks with a cane. I mean, I can't even tell him who I am. They'd probably shoo me away without a second thought. What am I supposed to do? I hang my head, at a total loss. The necklace around my neck sways idly to and fro. Oh, it's to keep out.
Well.
Alright. Well. There's Kano. And everyone else is at a keep out, but I could look for
Alright.
jumps as well.
Nah, we can eat our vegetables here.
Okay.
Do a little Kano.
Sorry, I gotta do it from the character select screen so we get the little zoom in.
Oh yeah. Gotta get that zoom in.
Suddenly, a boom as loud as cannon fire shook the area,
Something's wrong.
Kano thought.
That's no ordinary city noise.
A column of black smoke rose up from between 2 nearby buildings. Passers-by stopped and stared, gasping in alarm.
This car is on fire.
This car is on. Then Kano saw flames. This hadn't been an accident. Someone had set off an explosion. The Shibuya precinct wasn't too far from here. Kano recalled the attempted bioterrorism attack on Kasumi Gaseki. Oh, I can't skip. I do feel like we've read this. Looks like that tip we've opened before. That incident had begun with a van exploding outside of Tokyo MPD station. Already a large crowd of onlookers was gathering. Shouts rose up as they took up in the scene.
Yeah, well, I remember we voiced these characters.
Yeah. I didn't take any notes for each of these characters.
That's okay.
It was a minivan peering at the flaming chassis. You could see that there was someone inside.
Oh no! Could that be Hitomi? That's too high, sorry.
Once they had their hands on the antiviral, the criminals would have no further use for Hitomi-osawa. Already the body had been charred to ash. At this point, it was hardly recognizable as human anymore. Okay. Alright, I guess we have to look at jumps. We got a bunch of... Everyone's at a keep out. So
Okay.
let's see. There are no jumps in the Osawa line. No jumps in Maria. Achi's got some jumps.
Alright.
Alright, let's see. I think this is a jump to Maria, and this one is a jump to...
That guy.
Minorikawa. Who do you want to break open? Or I guess we
let's
No, I don't think we can break them both.
let's break open the homie Minorikawa.
There we go. Other guy who's looking for Miku. That's Minorikawa. Oh yeah, he like
This Minorikawa's on fire.
he
Sorry.
like insulted Miku, right?
Yeah. He roasted her.
And he's like, all right, I'm running after her.
Who is saying this? I mean, I have a guess, but
What is your guess?
if I had to say, I think for my money, I'm not 100%, but I think for my money, probably I would say it's you know what? I think it's Kano's girlfriend's dad, actually.
All right, go ahead and read it in his voice.
Hitomi, wait.
As he ran along Koendori after Miku, Minorikawa heard someone shout a familiar name. Hitomi. It was a pretty common name. Ordinarily, he wouldn't have given it a second thought, but he remembered that one of the Miss Midoriyama winners was named Hitomi Osawa. That made him curious. A moment later, he heard a cell phone ringtone. He immediately recognized it as an Aya Kamiki song. His reporter instincts tingled. He stopped to take a look around, and one young woman caught his eye almost immediately. He couldn't assume that any pretty girl he saw was Miss Midoriyama. After all, it had been a little too convenient if he just so happened to run into her now. Still, it didn't cost him anything to ask, "Are you Hitomi Osawa?" He might as well at least check. But to his own surprise, he hesitated in embarrassment. He'd never been too embarrassed to ask a question before. He didn't get a chance to contemplate that realization.
That doesn't seem good.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good at all. A massive fiery blast knocked him from his feet. A deafening roar set his head throbbing.
What was that? What's going on?
He lay in a daze on the ground, trying to wrap his mind around what had just happened. Behind him there was a minivan, fiercely ablaze.
You could even say, it was on fire.
This van is on fire.
A minivan. Explosion.
The first thing to pop into his mind was the attempted bioterrorist attack on Kasumigaseki 2 years earlier. An unoccupied minivan had exploded outside an MPD station, and afterward, a device meant to scatter a dangerous biological agent had been discovered near the subway. In the end, no one had been harmed, but there were rumors that the government had paid a terrorist organization a hefty sum to keep it that way. Right now, Minorikawa was a stone's throw from the Shibuya precinct. Could this be a repeat of the Kasumigaseki attack? The entire area was in an uproar. People were running around in panic. Minorikawa could see several injured people lying on the ground, unmoving. And yet, despite the gravity of the situation, numerous onlookers were casually taking photos with their cell phones. Sounds about
Really
right.
says a lot about society. Really makes you think.
Minorikawa got to his feet, then went to try to get everyone away from the scene of the explosion.
Wait, is this Minorikawa? Is this me?
I think so.
Oh. Hey, you guys, get back. There could be another bomb.
Minorikawa looked around as he pushed back the crowd. He was getting a strong whiff of a scoop. He needed to write his copy ASAP, but he couldn't just turn his back on the situation now. Two young men were strolling toward the burning vehicle. He had the look of juvenile delinquents.
Whoa.
I think this is
Wait, no, it's
these are probably the two
just the
young.
young man.
Alright, I guess I'll be one, you can be the other.
Okay,
here's my
yeah, you can be
chance.
this first one.
Whoa, what the heck? Is this for real?
Nice. Nailed it. Ain't this dangerous? Like, for serious?
The pair tried to find an optimal vantage point.
Hey,
Minorikawa snapped.
don't get any closer.
He spread his arms wide to hold them back. The young men came to a halt, but otherwise paid him no heed.
Oh, this is bad. This is for real bad.
Think this is a terrorist thing?
Yo, get out your phone. Come on.
But like, you think this is a terrorist thing?
Dude, shut up. Just hurry up and call Susumu.
The taller of the two, dressed in red, was ordering around his blue-clad companion.
Huh?
The boy in blue huffed.
Man, do it yourself.
Say what now?
Bitch, this ain't no time to get yourself all worked up.
Minorikawa stood there, arms still held wide, getting more and more annoyed at their back and forth.
Do you think he's in charge because he's the cuter one?
Maybe. He's also got the louder voice.
Yo, just make the call,
Yeah.
man.
The young fellow in red scowled. He wasn't going to back down.
Huh? Yo, what difference does it make if I do it or if you do it?
It doesn't make
It
any...
doesn't make...
Oh,
Oh,
what is this? There's like a...
that's weird. Yeah, it's
Maybe we can
weird.
say it at the same time.
It doesn't make any difference, so it don't matter if you do it.
Yeah, right. It don't matter. So in that case, you do it.
But I think
I don't
this
know
is
who's
you,
talking
though.
anymore.
This
Look.
is you talking.
Look, I'm telling you to just make the damn call.
And I'm telling you to just make it your damn self. Oh, enough of this already.
Minorikawa opened his mouth to tell him off. But then the young man in red spoke again.
Dude, the goods from over at Endo Electronics are gone. You gotta let Susumu know.
The name Endo Electronics caught Minorikawa's attention.
Yeah, but ain't that all that Achi dude's fault for getting all huffy at us? I mean, it was Kiryu who told us to go find the Endo storehouse.
Yeah, but Susumu don't like dealing in stolen goods. Says it dirties the SOS name.
Well, what a coincidence. Looked like these two were SOS members.
Hey,
Minorikawa called out.
you two.
He finally succeeded in getting their attention.
Where's this Susumu fellow? I'd like to talk to him.
He had no idea who Susumu was, having only heard the name just now. Still, from the way these two were talking, it seemed clear he held some position of leadership.
You think I'd tell you if I knew?
The fellow in red snarled. Minorikawa kept his composure.
Listen, you guys know the Tenryu Gumi?
The Tenryu Gumi was a Yakuza syndicate that operated in Shibuya. Is that what the tip is going to say too? An up-and-coming Yakuza syndicate that turned up... Yeah. The seemingly legitimate Takarada financing as its business front, the group offers monetary solutions for people in financial trouble, but those who accept their offers soon find that their troubles only grow and grow. Embroiled in conflict with the Kanto Shiramine Gumi, who have been long established in Shibuya. Do you think this is what those two Yakuza guys belong to?
Maybe.
The ones who are chasing
The guys who are always pursuing Yanagishita?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Toyama. These street kids were sure to be familiar with the name, if nothing else.
I may not look it, but I'm in pretty tight with the Tenryu Gumi. Or maybe you two don't know it, but Susumu's been showing up at their office a lot lately.
Which one is saying this? Probably red.
Susumu's been
probably.
dealing with the Yakuza?
Whoa, for real? Sweet.
The two punks spot it completely.
What's SOS using as their hangout these days? I've got a little something to discuss with Susumu.
Right now it's this bar called Inferno.
I feel like the voice is slowly turning into Shaggy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He's a little shaggy.
I like him. Right now it's
Should
this bar
I-
called Inferno.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You want to be Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, I'll slowly turn into Scooby-Doo.
Great. Minorikawa made a mental note of the name.
Right, and Inferno is where exactly?
The two young men suddenly looked distinctly uncomfortable.
Like him. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Later.
Yeah, I got a thing I gotta do too. I don't really know what Scooby-Doo sounds like. Does he sound like that? He's got a deep voice, right?
Kind of.
He's like, ruh.
Yeah, roll. I got a surgeon. I don't know. I think you did the best that you could. Backing away, they took off through the crowd. Is this little notification showing up for you too? Because this was pretty funny.
No.
Okay.
Notification?
I don't know if it records my little Steam, like, oh, you know how it does, like, your friend is playing this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't know who it is, but the person's name is PP Consumer. It was pretty funny.
Cool. Hey, wait up. I need to know where Inferno is.
Who's that in the background?
That's the Arch dog carrying an injured Hitomi.
But the pair had already vanished. Oh, we get a little focus on them.
That's nice.
Ambulances began arriving at the scene, and paramedics rushed out to tend to the wounded.
Excuse me. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Oh, I don't think that was Minorikawa. Minorikawa
Oh.
turned to see a man in a suit approach him, flashing his badge. And that man in the suit is... Kano.
It's Kano.
So, a detective with questions for him, huh?
How about you answer a few questions for me? Was this an accident or an attack? We still don't know many details. Let me rephrase that for you. This is a major incident.
Minorikawa exclaimed.
Huh?
The detective looked pretty flummoxed.
I've been around the block a few times. I know all your police PR lingo. And when you start talking about the details, that is 100% indicative of a major incident.
Brushing aside Minorikawa's remark, the detective tried another question.
Did you happen to notice anything unusual prior to the explosion? Unusual?
Minorikawa thought back to the moments before the minivan blew up.
Now that you mention it, I think I heard a cell phone ringtone.
The detective tilted his head.
A ringtone? No, never mind. Forget that. There's no way the ringtone on someone's phone would be audible through all of that.
Minorikawa struck the thought from his own mind as he said it. In all likelihood, he'd associated the ringtone and the explosion simply because one had happened right before the other.
Probably Stanley, right?
I think I'm Stanley.
Yeah.
What is my Stanley voice? Gano. A large
I don't
statue...
think it's that. I don't think it's that. Is it?
Is it? Gano.
What do your notes say?
I looked. It just says Stanley. There's no note.
Okay.
Kano. A large-statured Caucasian man had called out to the detective. Evidently, the detective's name was Kano.
Thank you for your cooperation.
He said with a bow. Then he ran over to the foreigner. Alright, who's this?
It's... I don't know.
If
I don't
had
feel
to
like
guess,
making the same joke for the
for my
third
money,
time.
for my money, I'm not 100%. But if I had to guess, I think this is Miku.
Oh, that would make sense, actually. Mr. Minorikawa!
Minorikawa turned out a female voice behind him. Nailed it.
And yeah,
He found Miku standing there. She looked like she'd been crying.
Miku, about earlier.
He trailed off, searching for an apology.
It's okay, that doesn't matter right now.
Miku looked around the scene. Minorikawa followed her gaze.
Something big just went down here. Oh. Something big just went down here.
He said.
I know.
She exclaimed.
The explosion. I saw it happen with my own eyes. You what?
Miku looked around nervously.
Are you alright?
He asked her.
You're not hurt, are you? I'm okay. My ears are still ringing a bit is all. Good. So what did you see at the time of the explosion?
Miku assumed a thoughtful expression.
There was this girl who was running toward the minivan, and then I think I saw this other Middle Eastern girl suddenly make a dive for her. And then the van just exploded. Wait, hold on.
Minorikawa said.
So if I'm getting this right, it sounds like this Middle Eastern girl saved the girl who was running up to the van?
Miku nodded. Just then, Minorikawa's phone chimed. He'd received an email. It was from Chiaki. I think I'm Chiaki.
Yeah, I think you're Chiaki.
Oh yes, that's the voice. Okay.
Mr. Mito, are you still working on your copy? Haha.
He checked his watch. At this point, the 4 o'clock deadline was barely 20 minutes away. Nonetheless, he decided to stay at the bomb scene. He could definitely smell a scoop here. He was sure of it. Even if he couldn't get his 6 pages done by 4, landing a major scoop should be enough to persuade the loan company. Minorikawa jotted his phone number down and handed it to Miku.
I'll make things up to you.
He said.
Give me a call later.
Ooh. Miku took the scrap of paper, puzzled.
If you're looking for an Aiki Jiu-Jitsu dojo, I know a few.
At that, her face lit up. Her face was on fire. Minorikawa decided to process the scene for clues. As he wandered around, he caught sight of Detective Kano and his Caucasian colleague heading down an alley.
What's that I smell? Something pretty damn fishy.
If they were slipping away for a private conversation, maybe there was some way he could listen in. Minorikawa hurried into one of the buildings that bordered the alley. He looked around and found a public bathroom upstairs on the alley side of the building. Hoping beyond hope, he slipped up to the bathroom window. Voices outside. He held his breath and listened.
Those international criminals you mentioned?
Kano's words were faint, but he could make them out. Minorikawa did a little fist pump. Correct. Roughly 8 hours ago, they infected Mario Osawa with the UA virus. Then they let her loose somewhere in Shibuya.
Hold on. By UA, you mean...
The discussion involved some terms Minorikawa wasn't familiar with. He focused all of his mental energy on what the two were saying. This is a killer virus with a 100% mortality rate once it takes hold.
100%?
Nailed it, Minorikawa muttered to himself. The shock caused him to unclench the fist he didn't realize he'd made. This wasn't just an interesting conversation. It was monumental. It has an incubation period of 12 hours. In another 4 hours, Mario Osawa will go symptomatic. After that, she'll begin spreading the virus through the city.
It's capable of airborne transmission?
If we don't administer Kenji Osawa's antiviral before she develops symptoms,
Yes?
everyone in Shibuya is going to die. Minorikawa felt goosebumps rise all over his body. If they were talking about a virus and a Kenji Osawa, they could only mean that Kenji Osawa. He recalled what Osawa had said earlier about the power balance of the world being at stake. There was no doubt about it. This was a tremendous scoop.
Then we need to find Maria Osawa and get the antiviral to her as soon as possible.
Just calm down. There's more to the story that...
Do you know who this is?
I think this is Yanagishita.
Oh, it's starting to leak out.
The door swung open loudly, and someone came barging into the bathroom. It was Yanagishita.
Nailed it. Why him again? And why here of all places? Ooh, I'm leaking here.
Yanagishita was on the verge of hysterics. His voice must have been audible outside. Kano and his companion went to take their discussion elsewhere.
And they've just been getting to the good part. You son of a bitch!
Enraged, Minorikawa grabbed Yanagishita and tossed him to the floor.
I'm leaking. Shut your mouth.
He put all of his strength into an ankle hold and gave it a good twist. It's a professional wrestling technique that involves grabbing the opponent by the ankle. Being caught up like this can be extremely painful. But, it also puts a lot of pressure on the lower body, and if you're already fighting the urge to urinate, well... Ooh, are we gonna get a pick?
Ah.
Yanagishita wailed.
Ah.
No, he just left. Minorikawa left the idiot blubbering in the bathroom and hurried out of the building. He hadn't heard the whole discussion, but he had a scoop on his hands anyway. This would be a tremendous score for Heaven Publishing, enough to let the company rebuild. He was certain of it.
If I'm the one saying it, it's gotta be true.
As he ran along, Minorikawa tried to plan his next steps. First, he had to get back to the editing office. He'd explain the situation to the people from the loan company. Then he'd go find that paperwork for Osawa and have Chiaki check his copy. And then, after that... Okay, so he still had a lot of things he needed to do. He swatted himself on both cheeks to get himself psyched up. Which cheeks? Which pair of cheeks?
Downstairs cheeks.
His phone range. It was Chiaki.
Mr. Mino, something terrible has happened.
Chiaki's voice was a broken yelp.
Whoa, calm down.
Over on Kowendori, this minivan exploded.
Ah, yep. I'm well aware. Thanks for that. I've got a big scoop that...
Chiaki cut him off.
Just now, I got a call from Mr. Toyama's daughter, Hana.
This time, Minorikawa waited for her to finish. He had a sinking feeling.
She said that Mr. Toyama was in there. It was a suicide.
Minorikawa's knees buckled.
Tell me you're joking.
No, I mean the van explosion is all over the news, and Hana was in tears on the phone, and... Mr. Mino? Mr. Mino, are you still there?
Toyama had killed himself? Minorikawa felt the energy drain from his body. Well, to be continued.
Probably a good place to stop for this
Yeah.
episode, let's say.
Let's see. I think we got a jump to Kano. And we got a jump to Maria. I don't think we have a jump to Osawa. Cool. Alright, we are almost done with this hour. We're probably going to finish this section next time. Probably.
Ooh, very cool.
So, do you have any
This hour's on fire.
thoughts? Oh, wait, hold on.
I hope we don't get DMC8 or whatever. For all the fire.
Minorikawa's little character thing is
He's all dusty.
dusted up.
Yeah. That's cool. Nice little touch.
I guess the same thing happened with Maria. With Tama took off the costume. Had an
Yeah.
outfit change.
That was a cool moment.
And yeah. And you're like, wait, what? Thoughts? Impressions? Theories, I guess?
As usual, I have no idea what's going on. I don't think that the guy killed himself. That wouldn't make any sense. But maybe he did.
Yeah, like where did he,
It's just a lousy way to kill yourself. Like,
yeah.
I mean, for the folks at home, don't kill don't kill yourself. But if you were going to kill yourself, that would not be a very good way. Self-immolation in a car sounds not good.
Yeah, doesn't seem very...
Not good, folks. Not good.
No... No theories, huh?
I never
Yeah.
have any
No
theories.
theories, it's okay. Alright, well, I guess, we are down to the post-play discussion.
All right, I have a question for you.
Alright.
What does investigative music sound like?
Investigative music?
Yeah.
Where did you hear that?
I was commissioned to compose a little bit of original music to be the intro and outro of a podcast. And because they said they wanted original music, you know,
Yeah.
to make themselves like seem more legit.
Yeah, they
And I
wanted
said,
to say
okay.
stock music stuff.
No, you can't be doing that. Royalty free. You can't be doing that stuff. Um, so I said, okay, do you have can you offer me any guidance? And they said, instrumental and investigative in tone. And the only thing I can think of is like Pink Panther and like Inspector Gadget music.
They didn't give any examples?
No. They don't know anything about music. If they did, they'd do it themselves.
But surely they would have examples.
Nope. No examples.
Wow. I don't know why, but the first thing that came to mind is like CSI Miami or CSI New York, where it's like,
Oh, okay.
In the field.
but I don't know if that counts as investigative. That's just taking like some retro song and repurposing it.
Yeah, that didn't sound investigative to me. I've never seen CSI or any of that stuff, but that little bar that you sang did not sound particularly investigative.
You could, like, I don't know. Like, what would
I think
it
it's
sound like? But I'm thinking like Sherlock Holmes kind of, but that's like old Victorian style, whereas
yeah.
maybe something like noirish.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
You got a little,
But that's kind of what
little
like the
saxophone.
so I don't have a sax. I don't know how to play any the saxophone or any wind instruments. I have a bass guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, drum set, bells, harmonicas, maybe a rattle. Oh, and a piano.
Oh, you know what would be good? I don't know if it's like completely investigative, but you've seen Cowboy Bebop, right?
Yes.
Would you say the ending theme is a little investigative?
I don't remember it. I remember loving the music. Wait, sing it again?
It's like the real folk blues. It's more bluesy than, I don't know. Maybe it's not exactly investigative. I'm sure if you watched Stranger Things with the subtitles on, at
some point they
it'll
would say investigative music
synth
plays.
music. Investigative synth music. And then you could use that as a basis.
Okay.
But that would require watching Stranger Things again.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
That's-
going to do that.
that's a long-
Although I did quite enjoy watching it the first time.
That's like
Maybe,
12 hours of research per season.
yeah. Maybe someone could let us know in the comments
Yeah.
if someone would care to weigh in. Any of the folks at home.
Is there like a due date?
They said they'd like it done in about a month.
Yeah. I don't know. I would look up like noir detective kind of investigative, and it's supposed to be an opening, right? Or a theme
An
song?
intro and an
Intro.
outro, but they can be different. They have to be different. They can be different in tone.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
one has to kind of like build up, be exciting or something, right?
Yeah, and the outro will be more like cathartic. I think it can be less investigative because it's like we're done investigating. The podcast is over. You can go now.
Yeah. So like the end could be something like da 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 dun 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 dun.
No. What? That's that's the when you win a battle in Final Fantasy.
Okay, maybe not that.
Ba 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 da.
Like that's what happens in CIS when they finish they solve a case. It's just that's what plays for the end credits.
I don't think it is. I think you're making that up. I think this is a bit.
You got me. Investigative, huh? You could also watch those
Ooh, what if it went? Do you think that's good?
sounds pretty good.
Maybe we'll do that.
Is that supposed to be a reference to something?
That's the battle music in FF1. They probably changed it, but apparently they didn't change the.
Yeah, the that fanfare is in like every Final Fantasy or something, right? So I'm more familiar with that than just the actual
I've
battle.
only I've only played FF1, but I played it a lot. Did I tell you I once beat the posted record speedrun record for that game?
Yeah, I think I
I
remember
must
that.
have.
We
I
didn't
probably told
mention
you that
on
like a bunch of times.
in these videos, but yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
You started off with like, I don't mean to brag, but
Oh, but I did mean to brag. I even like got a tattoo of it. I totally meant to brag.
but I was gonna say like you could watch, I don't know, maybe like a crime doc show or something. They probably have theme songs that
Yeah, that's a good
like
idea.
that.
Maybe just go play some FF1.
Yeah, maybe you can do that. Get in some inspiration there. Dabble in FF2. Maybe that could be once we ever finish Shibuya Scramble, we could do like Final Fantasy
One?
1. You could like, cuz I've never played it. You could like walk me through it or tell me what to do.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
then
fun.
and then I guess move to FF2. I don't know. I've always kind of been curious about doing like a full Final Fantasy series run through.
Well, I
That's
will
a lot.
definitely be there to guide you through one. I will be less useful at the others.
All right. Yeah, we'll probably do that. That's pretty fun.
All right, something to look forward to for the many folks at home hungry for more content.
Although I don't remember if I had. Did we mention like another thing that we could have played after this? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Cool. We just have to finish this first. In
Yeah.
another, we'll have to wait a year.
All right, folks.
Yeah, that's all. Closing remark: make sure that You
You're not
don't.
on fire.
Yeah, don't let your friends light their cars on fire. On purpose. Accidentally, you can't really stop accidents, but if it's like a purposeful um, arson, you don't do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Welp. Other than that, see you guys next time.
Bye, folks.